Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do something different. I thought I would explain how I became a fitness influencer and giving you tips that helped me. Maybe they could help you. Now, just warning, I don't have any secret. There is no secret way on how to become an influencer. I wanted to do a video on this especially because I get questions about how I started becoming an influencer a lot, when my journey started, and how to start up their own page. Oh my god, hold on. I totally forgot my coffee. Okay, so let's get started. So if you don't already know, my name's Ariel. I run a fitness page right here, and if you want to give it a follow, awesome. If you don't, that's cool. No harm. I then started to go to the gym. I would say probably around 2018. And honestly, it's one of those where I got heartbroken, hit the gym. I also was overweight, just didn't like how I felt. I was overeating. The thing is, when I first started hitting the gym, obviously I didn't really have any knowledge of it. I started looking up on Chloe Ting. You know, the girls know. And was going based off whatever information I was seeing kind of like online, especially for 2019. I was basically what you would call a cardio bunny, and all I would do was cardio. Maybe I would do a couple of machines, kept it as that, didn't do anything more than that. So I started to basically take photos more for tracking my progress because I wanted to see it, and I posted it online just honestly for fun. Wasn't looking to get anything out of it. I also would do TikToks around that time. I will say I blew up on TikTok. I had about a few videos around that time, like 2020, that blew up for genuinely no reason. I don't know. I gained a lot of followers from TikTok, so they all went to my Instagram page. So that's where my following was starting. Then after that, I was starting to save up money for gym brands. One of the top ones was Gymshark, who I work with now, which is honestly amazing. Didn't see that coming, but I was just tagging them. So I will say that's one thing you definitely should do. Make sure you're tagging the brands so they notice you, because if you think they're not sifting through those tags, they are. And I'm pretty sure that's how I got discovered. So number one, tag them. They will eventually see it. The more you tag them, the more likely they will find you. Another tip is, I would say the quality of your photos matters and it doesn't. So you don't have to have a 4K camera, a Canon or Sony. Like, you don't need that for your photos to look amazing. Yes, I have one. Do I use it all the time? No. What I'm saying is making sure your camera lens is clean. A lot of times people will take photos, you see, glares from the camera. I always wipe it down. It could be whatever style, whatever aesthetic you want. I think I would say try to find that so your photos look pretty cohesive. I know they definitely look at that. And yes, following does matter. You don't have to have the biggest following, but what I found most from brands in general that have reached out to me, that I've worked with in the past, they look at your following. I think they look for at least 10K if you want to work with them, but I'm gonna say it doesn't always matter. If you have some kind of following and it looks like you're up and coming and it's growing, as long as they see it's growing, they'll want to work with you. But I found from 5 to 10K followers, that's what they kind of look for, just to see, obviously, because you're promoting them, they want to see you have an audience. So that would be another thing. Work on having an audience for sure. It doesn't have to be the biggest audience. Again, I started off small. I was building one. I had followers who wanted to know what I was wearing. So they saw some kind of profit with me. You got to think of yourself like that. You're literally a model. You're modeling for the clothes. Do you have to be the most fit, lean person in the world to model these clothes? No, because I'm not. And I'm very aware of that fact. So finding a niche, but you don't have to look a certain way for these brands to want you. I know that's probably hard to believe because there's a lot of influencers who have a certain physique, and I get that. You don't have to really look like that. I'm a great example. I'm not the most lean person with the biggest muscles out there, but I try to be genuine with everyone. So if you can find something that people can relate to, that will definitely help you. You want to find cohesion on your page. You got to think of something that's going to stand out, that people are going to want to stop scrolling and they go, oh wow, this person looks really great, or I really love that outfit, oh this video is really aesthetic, or some shit like that, and that's what I kind of have in my mind whenever I create a post. I'm like, would I stop as a person just mindlessly scrolling on Instagram or TikTok? Would I stop for this post? And sometimes I'm like, honestly, I don't think I would. And I'm like, you know what, let me try something else. Let me try something different. Even if you think a post may not do well, there's no harm in trying to put it up, So I would definitely say post the video anyway, or the picture, because you never know. There's no guarantee. One thing is, be careful with what brands you work with. I think it's common knowledge, but I've had people go, does this sound legit? If you have to pay for the clothes, pay for anything, and they're asking you to pay, they are scamming you. You should never have to pay. A brand will send you whatever product there is so you can profit off it. If it ever comes to a point where they're like, oh, just buy these few items with us and then you'll make your money back and then you'll make your commission after. No. They should be gifting it to you, at least. And that's usually what they will ask. Don't have the expectation that you are going to start getting money right away. That takes time. They need to see value in you. And I'm not saying this to sound mean. It is what it is. Think of it as a great opportunity. How can a brand really trust that you will sell any product for them? Any brand, gym or non-gym related, if they don't know how you're going to perform and you've never done it before. So they're taking a chance on you. So a lot of times I was just getting gifted items and exchange for, a post. Slowly I grew an audience and they saw, hey, this influencer is able to promote our products and we're seeing revenue from that. We're seeing they're using her code. We're seeing, or they're asking about it. Then they'll usually counter and be like, hey, it looks like it's going really well. We want to continue working with you. How do you feel about that? Some brands will give you a contract. Please read the contract thoroughly. Read it really thoroughly. I just say this so that you're aware. Those are things that will probably come up. If you don't perform well, most likely you could be dropped. So just be on the lookout. You should never have to pay for the product. The brand will gift it to you, and it's either like I said, a gifted collaboration, or you should have a code, be making some kind of commission off it, or they're paying you upfront. There are some brands where they're like, hey, I need X, Y, and Z from you. I will pay you X amount. How does that sound? And I'm like, yep, that sounds great. So the next part is, the bigger following you have, the higher your rates can be. Some brands will ask, what are your rates? You need to base that off your following and your engagement. Now, you can have the biggest following. You can have 1 million followers. But if your engagement is ass, my engagement like crazy. Just because at the moment I'm around over 200K followers, I need to track that. I look at how my posts perform, if I'm up, if I'm down, and I'm going to get more into that about engagement, but they look at that. So if you have a certain amount of followers, but you're only getting maybe you have 1 million, you have whatever, but your likes are down or your engagement is down, some brands actually ask to look at it. Some of them are like, what's your engagement look like? Can you send us a screenshot of it? So about engagement, what I mean is, how are the followers from your account engaging with your posts and your content? How are your likes looking? How are they engaging with your posts? How many are you getting? 100 likes? Are you getting 1,000 likes? Are you getting 20,000 likes? Same thing with your reels. What about your stories? Are they interacting with your stories? All of that matters. Is your followers actually interacting with your posts? How many are non-followers? That's all things you need to consider. That matters. what's great is obviously you want your followers to engage with your content, but you also want to bring in new followers. So that's just something to keep an eye out for definitely. But make sure this is something you actually enjoy. You're not just doing it, because I'm going to let you know, your followers will be able to tell. How genuine are you going to become? Because if you don't take the time out to talk with your followers, you want to make sure you're engaging with them, because at the end of the day, they're the reason why you even have a following, and they're the reason why you're even going to make any money. Just make sure you come off genuine and don't let it get to your head. I'm pretty sure you easily can if you're like, I have 500k followers. I mean, yeah, that's fucking insane. But you got to remember your audience and cater to them. And if it's starting to feel like a job and you're like, oh, then maybe this isn't something that's considered for you. Another thing about being an influencer that is pretty tough and you kind of don't get to know how to handle it by then is criticism. If you create an online presence for yourself, you need to make yourself aware that you will sometimes get people criticizing you. If you do not have tough, thick skin for that, for people constantly nitpicking things and talking about you, your body, your workout, whatever it may be, definitely second think about becoming a fitness influencer. I definitely get that quite often, and sometimes it sucks, but it kind of rolls off my shoulder. I'm just like, damn, they think I'm fat. In any place that you have an online presence, even if you're being a YouTuber, a streamer, whatever it may be, you're going to get people talking to you like that, sending you messages. The thing is, you need to keep going, unless it's like what's it called, unless it's constructive feedback. That's different. Some people can be like, hey, like that post, that reel wasn't really much and it's kind of the same as you always do, can't you do something different? I'm like, damn, well, they are kind of right. Let me see what else I can do. Sometimes I'm like, okay, Q&A, what different content do you guys want to see? Because clearly you guys are getting tired of the same maybe stuff that I'm doing. Maybe it's not working anymore, because you also have to change within the trends. You got to make sure you're on top of that. But easily for things like that, you could block someone. So just know that. Just use the block button or just ignore it. Just don't let it ruin your chances of having something great because people say things. And don't entertain it. Don't do any of that. Just be aware you will probably get messages like that. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue doing what you love. So a couple of things that really helped me as an influencer. I'm gonna name some items that I own. Now, I get it if you're on a budget. You're talking to a girl who was on a fucking budget, especially in the beginning. Go on Amazon. Amazon has the best deals in the world. And honestly, it wasn't there before because TikTok Shop didn't exist at the time when I first started. This is the best time to get any things you need to start up as being an influencer. The light that I'm using right now, I got on TikTok Shop. And I think it was like $20-$30. It was a little more, but I actually think it's worth it because it's a large light that I can attach to my camera than this little selfie one. You don't have to get the one I have though. I saved up money for that. You could get a little tiny selfie light. They sell it on TikTok for like $12, maybe $15. I don't think it's any more than that. And attach it to your phone. I'm literally using my phone to even film this video. You don't need to get a camera. If you want to get a camera and you have the money to save up for it or whatever, go ahead and get it. But do you need it? No. So just make sure your camera's clean. I always make sure the lens is clean. Invest in definitely a light. It makes a huge difference for your content than filming and it's grainy and it's dark and you're trying to fix the lighting and then it just looks like shit. I would also say invest in a tripod. It doesn't have to be the fanciest tripod ever. Again, everyone I feel like is blessed at this time because TikTok Shop has been really doing it with great deals, even for tripods. And sometimes it's cheaper than Amazon. You may get what you paid for, But just to start up, you don't need the fanciest tripod in the world. I literally have a fancy whatever tripod for my camera. I don't even use it. I don't even use it. Did I spend a lot of money? Yeah, I probably should be using it, but my thing is, you don't have to. The tripod I'm using, I did get off Amazon, but it was like months ago, maybe the beginning of the year, maybe even last year. I can't remember, to be honest. And it was like $30, and it's been the best tripod ever, and I absolutely love it. Do you need a mic like what I'm using? No, you don't need a mic. If you want, again, there's some cheap ones on TikTok and Amazon. I think I paid $15 for this. Is it the best sounding mic in the fucking world? No. Does it work? Yes. Would I like a nice one? Of course. Maybe I'll save up for one, but this is kind of doing the job. Again, I only kind of use these for YouTube videos. I haven't really used it in the gym because I'm shy. Talking. Do I think it's a necessity? No. Unless this is something you want to do and you want to do YouTube videos or you want to talk through your workouts. That's why I got this. So you can find a cheap one on Amazon or TikTok. If you're gonna film any videos, I highly suggest using CapCut. It is free, most of it, and it does amazing wonders. Everyone usually asks me, how do I edit my videos? It's all on CapCut. Yes, I have the pro version, but I didn't do that till later because I saw it as an investment. Like, it's something I've been doing continuously, and I saw a value in doing the pro version and buying it. We have more options for fonts, things like that. Any background noise, fixing image quality. The pro version does allow you to do that. Do you need to buy the pro version? No, especially if you're starting up. But it's free. Download it. I edit my reels, my YouTube videos, everything on it. It's personally my favorite. You don't need to get a fancy program where you spend $100 or whatever just to edit your videos. So my tip is just use CapCut. Another tip is, when I was saying about content, even if it's a video, like let's say a reel, and you only did one workout and you're like, oh, I didn't really get to finish filming the rest of my workout, so there's no point. No. Post it anyway. Post it anyway, even if it's only a couple seconds, because you never know, that video could do really well. So content, any kind of content could be great. And I think I pretty much covered everything that I pretty much know. If I missed anything, you guys could definitely leave me a message down below. Would love to hear any questions that you may have that I may have missed. This was everything pretty much that I've written down that I wanted to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it's helpful to you. Again, if you have any questions, you can leave it on this video. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye guys. Love you.